everybody, it's Michelle, and I've got a beading project for you guys today. I feel like I haven't done any bead charms in a while, and I'm really excited about the one we're going to be doing today. We're doing a globe for Earth Day, but this would also be good for back to school or maybe a teacher gift. I had this crackle glass bead that's blue and green, and to me it just reminded me of the globe, so I thought I would try to create that for you guys. So I've got my blue and green crackle bead, and that is a 10mm size, and I received this in some beads that were given to me as a gift, so I'm not sure if I can find a link for you guys, but I will try. And if you can't find these, you can always use some of the more solid colored marble looking beads, and I've seen lots of designs that could work with this as well. So I'll see what kind of links I can find for you guys and share those with you. Or if you can find some on your own, just be sure that you get the 10mm size. And I've got a bead cap here that's sort of a flat shape, and I think that's important because it's going to serve as the base of the stand on our globe. And it's 10mm wide by about 3.5mm tall. And then I have two daisy spacers in silver, and that's a 4mm size for those, a lobster clasp, and a head pin. And the head pin I'm using is 3 inches long. I just buy the 3-inch so that they're large enough to accommodate any project that I might want to do. And if there's excess, if I'm doing a really short one, I just make jump rings or something out of that. But you could easily use a 2-inch head pin for this. And if you're not making your own jump ring and you don't need any excess, you can even get by with a 1-inch. So whatever you have in your stash for that. And then I'm going to be using some of that soft aluminum wire from Walmart, and this is in the 18 gauge. So the first thing I'm going to do to get started is to cut off my piece of wire. That's the piece that I want to do first. And I'm going to bring in my ruler because I have a very particular measurement that I want to try to get out of this. And I have tested this, and what I have come up with that fits perfectly around the 10mm bead for the curved part of the globe stand is 1 1/8 inch. So I'm going to hold that on that measurement, and it does need to be precise to give the right look. You don't want it too large, and you don't want it fitting too snugly against your bead. So I'm going to hold that right at my little starting line there and cut right there so that I get 1 1/8 inch. And now I'm going to bring in my round nose pliers, and these are actually a multi-tool that I bought at Walmart. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but it's very inexpensive. And it's a multi-tool because it has the round nose plier tips. It has a cutting edge in here, and then in between the jaws here also serves as flat nose. And that's the part that I'm going to be using right here, because I can get the end of that just exactly flush right here and bend that, and that gives me a perfect 1/4 inch bend right there. And the measurements need to be as close to as exact as you can get on this one so that it fits the bead properly. So I'm going to do that on the other end too. And then I've got this piece that looks sort of like a wide staple. So then I'm going to take my round nose tips and roll each of those into a loop. there's what we have so far. Now at this point I'm going to move my beading board aside, and I'm going to bring in my little jewelry anvil, and I just love this. I received this as a Christmas gift, and I've got some projects planned with it. And for this one I want to use it to flatten out my little double-ended pin that I've made here. And I've got a flat jewelry hammer here, and I'm just going to pound that flat, just slightly flat. I don't want to beat it paper thin, but I want to flatten it slightly, and also the pounding does help to harden the wire a little bit, and that's really handy with this soft aluminum. And maybe you guys can see if it would focus for me. I hope you can see how that flattened that out for me. So then I can bring my beading board back in. And now what I'm going to do here is to take this piece, well, first of all, let me make sure I reclose my loops there in case they came open a little bit when we were hammering them. Okay, now for our globe we're using the bead that's 10 millimeters in size. So I'm going to use one here that's 12 millimeters in size, and I'm going to bend my little double-ended pin right around that 12 millimeter bead. And then that's going to give us a little bit larger of a curve, so we've got that little bit of space between it and our bead. And I think this is going to turn out really, really cute when we're finished with it. Curve those a little bit and get them straightened out. And then we're ready to put them on our head pin. And the first thing I want to do is put on a 4 millimeter daisy spacer. And that's just going to sort of stabilize my bead cap and keep my head pin from slipping through, because again I'm using a bead cap with a larger hole. So I'm just going to put that on. And that's going to become the base of our stand. And now I'm going to go through one end of my curved piece and then add my bead, and then back that up so that I can go through the other loop, and then we can just tighten that down around our bead. And now add our other daisy spacer to complete the top of the stand. And there is your little globe. I think that is so cute. So now I'm just going to hold everything firmly together and bend my head pin at a 90-degree angle. And again, this one is way larger than you need, but that allows for extra jump rings that you can make out of that, or whatever you want. I'm going to cut that down to about 1/4 of an inch, or maybe just a little more, and then roll that into a loop. going to take the excess from my head pin and I'm just going to make some jump rings. And I'll only need one for this, but I'll just have the rest for my stash. And then I'm going to cut that where those meet. And I'm just going to need one for today's project. So I'm going to take 2 pair of chain nose pliers and open that up, and I can slip on my little globe and then slip on my lobster clasp. But as always with all of my bead charms, if you don't want to put a lobster clasp to just latch this onto something as a charm, you can also put it on a pendant bell for a necklace, or you could make 2 and put them on ear wires for earrings, and you can really make them into any piece of jewelry that you want. So that's all there is to it to create a little globe for Earth Day or back to school or a teacher gift, but I think it is absolutely adorable. So you guys be sure to leave a comment below and let me know what you think of my globe. I think it is so cute. I hope you guys like it too. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, give me a like over on my Facebook page, and be sure to join our Facebook group, Crafty Minds. Also follow me on Pinterest and Instagram, and don't forget to visit my blog. I'll put the links to all of those in the description below, so be sure and check those out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.